Hello and welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And this is episode 8 of semester 2 of the Barre Class. It's heavy kettlebell presses, repetitions of 1 and 3, 3, 3, 3 for 4 sets. But before we do that, we'll start with those foot warm-ups on the floor, mobilize the hips, and celebrate the best of strength and stretch here at 4 o'clock on Thursdays with Bars and Bells.
Bars and Bells, Bars and Bells. Get started with the feet. So with your feet underneath you, we'll spread open our toes, and we're thinking that all of our toes are on the floor. The balls of our feet are on the floor, that lateral border and into the heel, and we have our weight distributed here. And now we're going to peel a heel up, bending on the toes. We'll do our double up rise with or without the balance aid at your side, and land controlled on the single leg. Let's do it again. Double up, control it down, double up, control the down. We'll start back to that first side. So we did 4 total. Let's pause up here for a double balance. Cage is over top of hips. Cheeks are squeezed and pressing forward. Feet are pushing down so you go up, heels are high. We'll land again. Then this time we'll use our toes to point, and we'll try to just hold that pointed foot. And remember, when we're using our toes, we're actually trying to use our arch to point our foot, and then through the demi point, double up, land, use the toes to point, but then use the arch to finish it. 3, 2, and double up, hold the balance again. 3, 2, land. This time we'll bend the knee that just landed, hip sit back, extend hips through, double up, land on heel. Knee bends, hips sit back. We're getting some knee towards over toe here. Let's do it one more time on each side. Oops, better than that. Knee bends, sinking low, pressing to tall. One last time, heel lands, knee bends towards over toes. This time we'll stay the same height, but we'll peel both heels up off the floor and hold. Now let's just do a couple marches. So one heel will come down and then double up. Other heel down and double up. One more time on each side, maybe sinking a little lower as we go. Double up, heel down, double up. This time we're going to continue all the way down towards the floor. Our knees will land softly down. We'll extend our hips through. We'll point our toes at the back, and we'll practice those pointed feet. Right here, can we just point those feet so much they almost hover off the floor? And they don't hover off the floor because our hamstring does the work, but they're just so pointed for 3, 2, and then relax. And let's try that one more time because it feels so good. Let's point those toes, shooting the energy towards that back wall. Have a look-see, and then relax, but sit on them. And next we'll warm up those wrists. This time we're going to spice it up today, and we're going to rotate our fingers towards us right away, landing them on the floor, palms down. Now let's push all the fingers heavy into the floor, pulling the shoulders out of the ears, and lightly sitting back. We feel that stretch or lengthening through the forearms as we go here. But I want you to push your fingers down to press yourself back forward. Let's do that again. Our heels push down, we sit back. The heels of our hands, that is. And then our fingers push down, they might drift us forward. And now as we sit back, we're going to try to bend the elbows and then continue to bend the elbows to peel the hands away. Give that a little shake. Let's do a 180. Place our hands softly on the floor. And then we'll screw in the elbow pits. We'll pull the shoulders down. We'll step ourselves back into our first high plank here and get our core fired up. When we're doing this core, we're thinking about our presses that are to come. So we're squeezing our cheeks. We're engaging our lats. We're breathing underneath that shield. We're also thinking about our push-ups to come. Keep that tension for 5, 3, 2, knees down, hands push away. Give that a little shake and wiggle. We'll take it to our splits, and then we'll come back to our push-up warm-up before our presses.
And let's start our splits today in a parallel position.
Parallel.
Tip the tailbone back like that cow or that anterior tip. And with hands as outriggers out to the side, take a big collective breath in.
This looks like it's going to be work.
Lift a leg up and open it to the side, and then place down. Repeat on the other side. Take a breath, lift up, flexing on the hip, and then open to the side. For one more, you might prefer to straddle the leg now. Same commitment, maybe tense up that foot in either the dorsa or that plant flex shape. Take the breath, lift up, and then open just a little bit more. Then set that anchor like a dorsiflex, and then same thing other side. Take a breath, lift up, open, and down. That might be the same place that you find in your splits usually, or maybe it's a little bit narrower as we're trying to find that strength to get into that position and not just that contorted type of stretch. But from here, at the head neck, rotate to look towards the leg out front, and then turn through the torso next. Keeping our spine nice and long, gently hinge towards the leg out front, and then return back to tall, and then head to center, torso to follow. Same thing other side, where it's the head that leads first in this case, and then let the body follow. And with kneecaps turning out or facing the ceiling, we'll hinge and reach back to tall, head middle, body middle. Very casually, let's just peel those legs back together and repeating one more time. Oh yeah.
This is the opposite of tennis
from our
today.
tall position here, dorsiflex or point flex, take that breath and lift up.
You should do the other leg first.
Okay, that's probably a good cue.
Yeah.
Same thing then other side. So lift up and out to the side. Take a breath up and out to the side. You can thank Nina from Slovenia for that one.
Thank you, Nina.
Yeah, thank you, Nina. And then now that we're here, we'll open up those legs in that external rotation, and then gently just find that middle position and perhaps slide and glide, but stay long. You can flex, of course, but try to keep that nice spine extended, nice and long. Take some breath, enjoy that adductor stretch, and very patiently then pull ourselves back up to the tall posture. From here, it's a set of push-ups to get us safely fired up before we grab that bell. And we've been working on sets of 10. So let's just try to see if we get that today as well. So it could be from the knees or from those toes. And remember Lauren's high tension plank cues as we pull down and press up 1. And then 2. Our number is 10. That doesn't mean that yours needs to be, but make sure that they're safe, they're strong, and you can finish with integrity. And I'm trying to keep up to Lauren. I'm not sure how many we're at there.
Well, you're doing them so slow.
Okay.
10.
And then slow up. So choose the hinge or choose the fold as we stand. And then from one pump up on the floor, go for it.
We'll come to our kettlebell and we'll hold that bell in the rack position for our first set here, if you will. And then we'll get into our reps of presses. In this kettlebell hold, let's use our hinge. Let's grip 1, 2, zip up and punch through. So maybe this is where you stay today because you're feeling more like holding that heavy bell than pressing it. Or you're thinking about pressing it, and if you were to, you'd root your feet, squeeze your cheeks, brace your abs, drive the pinky towards the ceiling for 3, 2, 2 hands, tight to the body. I always double check that weight because the first one it feels heavier. Same thing on the second side, hip hinge, grip, pull to rack, zip up, hold. About 10 seconds here. Again, it's that vertical forearm. The bell is more on our forearm than a bicep. It might be touching our bicep, but not resting. If it's resting, then we get this twist and a chicken wing. 3, 2, and wings are good, but not here. Place down, shake it out.
Okay.
Whoa. We'll come back to that bell for our first set after some hips.
Sounds good. For hips today, we'll start with a nice loosey-goose drill. Take your hand on the bar and use it lightly, and then take the other leg and pull it up towards the knee. Open to the side, keeping the hip forward, and then turn in, then bringing the leg towards that midline. Once your foot touches the knee, we can then open to the side. Turn in, cross body. Pick up the speed as allowed. Try to be nice and loose in that hip. Cramp that standing leg for support and stability, and just wiggle in that standing gesturing leg there for a couple more repetitions. Close the midline and then down. Spin around and use that balance aid, or we can also challenge that in space, either or, and then pull up to the ankle, continue to the knee and open up to the side. Then turn in on the hip, adductor to cross body, and then same thing. Keep it slow, but try to keep it nice and loose as well. And as allowed, keep the core active but quiet. We're not bending around too much. And for 1 or 2 more repetitions, in and out of that hip. Finish to the midline, and then finish nice and tall. There's more from the bar. Let's just get that first repetition out of the way.
So it's our first set here today, and we're going to warm up with 1 solid press. If you're feeling like that rack position was hard enough today, that's where you'll spend it. But right now, one press overhead. So root the feet, brace the abs, inhale to pick up, and one press, bell pulls down, 2 hands, place it down. Up without, shake it out, one press second side, hip hinge, inhale to pull, press that bell, pull it back down, place it on the floor. Great work. Set number 2, a couple more reps to come.
Ooh, more reps. But until then, it's more repetitions for those hips. Let's stand with our feet in that parallel position first and find our organic turnout by taking a leg forward, turning out in the hip, and then doing the same thing on the other side. As you continue these plies or squats, ensure that as we go down, the knees track over the toes, and as we stand up, we pull the kneecaps up by pushing the hips forward. Repeat again, knees over toes, and then extend those hips and stretch those knees. And for the final one, just like in Lauren's warm-up, get towards those demi points, getting towards the balls of feet to get lower, then connect balls of feet and push the hip through. Good words. Better positions then, it makes more sense. Then in that wider stance, it's the same thing. Let's pull ourselves down and to stand up, push those hips through. Repeating again, clenching those glutes, hands on hips or hands on those bum cheeks can help too. For the third one, the final one, find your squat, lift a heel, 3, 2, 1, put it down, lift the other heel, 3, 2, 1, put it down, get lower as an imaginative thing perhaps, and one more time, lift a heel, down, lift the other heel, down, and then push the hips through. We finish each set normally with those balances, so let's find that ankle or coup de pied, breathe, ribs over hips, great cues again from Lauren's warm-up, keep breathing, keep balancing, and let's just switch that to the same thing on the other side. Pull up to the ankle, ribs over hips, maintain that turnout, hold, breathe, and finish like it was easy. And it might have been easier than what this is about to be.
So this is set number 2. So over the past 8 weeks or so, we've been working on pressing our heavier bell. We've added some reps, we've pyramided, we've gone up and down, we've changed our height. And today, last week, we did 3 sets of 3. Today, our goal is to try to do 4 sets of 3 in a row here. That first set was a warm-up. This is our first set of 3 in a row. If you're into it, let's do 3. If number 1 or 2 is better for you, go ahead. First side, 3 big reps. Inhale to pull. 1, 2, 3. Bell comes down, goes onto the floor. Whoa.
Nice.
That's some heavy metal right there.
Yeah,
so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Remembering the tips as we've gone, we have legs, we have butts, and we have abs to help us. Inhale to brace. 1, 2, one more. 3. Oh, good. Place it down. 1 set down of 3 reps.
All
Couple more.
We'll take our time now in between these sets of presses to let those muscles recharge and to maintain the mobility of those hips. So you've turned out into that first position with a light hand on the bar. Keep the knee straight as you reach or tendu a leg forward, and then return it to the heel. Then reaching to the side, maintain that turnout, connect heels, keep the leg straight as it reaches to the back. Same thing, present that heel forward, and then one more time to the side, pull together. Now the same pattern, a little quicker. We'll go front and side, and back and side. Now same effort, off the floor. To the front, and then connect. To the side, with straight knees, connect. To the back, connect. To the side. And quick, front and side, and back and side. Maintain it off the floor. Find that ankle balance again, and stay on the flat foot, or challenge that self to the to the demi point position. Eyes forward will probably help. Maybe arms out front, and then return to that tall first position. And we will now switch sides and repeat on the other side. So it's cross pattern on the floor, slow, fast, and then just off. So it's to the front with straight leg, heels. To the side, heels connect. Hips forward, leg back, and now hips forward, leg side. And it's front and side, back and side together. Now off the floor, slow together. Then it's to the side, heels together. Straight leg to the back and also a straight leg to the side. Now front and side and back and side. Find the ankle, hips forward, push the hips over that standing leg foot and hold for a second or two. Then return to the ground with control. And we're on to set 2 of this thing right here. Called the...
All right, set 2 of presses here. And we're continuing on with those reps of 3 if it's feeling good for you. First side, root your feet. Inhale to brace. Pick it up. 1, 2. One more. Oh, 3.
Ooh,
Good.
nice.
Nice. Sometimes you gotta grind. Sometimes you have to grind through those presses.
Grind it up.
We got a little grind action up there. If you have to rest, remember we rest in that overhead position, resting in that rack. Won't end well. Second side. 3. Inhale and 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay.
Nice.
2 down. 2 to go.
50% of the way down. I don't know, whatever number sounds encouraging to you, focus on that one. And now we're back to that first position. And this time, let's do a double leg plie or squat, a single leg out to the front, stretch your standing leg, and then pull back. Repeating to the side, knees over toes, single leg to the side, full stretch of the hips, and then together. Same thing to the back, squat in the middle, transfer weight leg to the leg to the back, to the middle again, or first, and then sit squat, reach to the side, full stretch, legs together, and then find that knee balance. We're up to that knee, flat feet for now, and keep that knee reaching to the side. I'm at a loss for my words. I think that press was quite hard there a second ago, and let's return to our tall stand. Shake it out. We'll find some nice balance moments over here on the other side as well. So in that first position, it was a squat, a tendu or reach forward, stretch of the hip, heels back. Squat plie, leg side, full stretch, pull together. We're getting low and then reaching back and always aiming to stretch taller by digging down. One more time as a squat, a reach to the side, a full stretch. Together, continue to climb the leg at the ankle, all up to that passe, engaging those hamstrings as Lauren's cueing with that hand right there. And knee to the side, toes point, ribs over hips. Breathe, and then return to the floor with a wiggle. Set 3.
Set 3 of those presses. When we finish this set, we only have 1 more to go. So let's pick a side, root the feet, brace the abs, keep your breath patterned. It will help you when you press. So get ready, inhale, prepare, and 1, 2, 3. Good. Ian's lucky he's not facing the camera, so he's not making these faces.
Ooh,
live online.
I am making those faces.
You're making those faces, you just can't see them. Okay, we'll do the same thing on the second side. Let's not slow-mo that. Face down. Ready?
Yep.
Inhale to brace. And 1, 2. One more. 3. Whoa. Good. You might have seen a little hip drive there, but I'm going to say it was the hip driving and trying not to side bend my way underneath that kettlebell.
Contain the side bend. It's bound to happen. Just look to contain it.
1 more set of presses.
Ooh, that just means a couple more sets here on the bar. So let's get our feet in that first position. And first time around, hip circle, rond de jambe with a straight leg. So take that outside leg, pointing at the toes to the front. Turn it out, and then keep the turn out as it reaches to the side. Keep the turn out as it reaches towards the back. and then brush that ankle bone forward, finishing with the toes out front. Then hips send energy forward as you send that leg back with a straight leg, and then open from the back to the side, maintain that turnout to the front, and lead your toes back to that first or V stance. Now, on a single leg, do the same thing. So it's a single leg bend, and then reach that leg to the front, maintain the turnout to the side, out to the back. We'll stretch together here as we bring that leg through first to front, and then to the back. Bend that knee, use your bar rate as you need, and then from the back to the side and on to the front, and back to that first position. Then we climb, ankle check, knee check, and then maybe find that demi-point balance and hold. Ribs over hips, keep it calm. One of those simple but very challenging movements here, and return to the ground like it's effortless. We know the effort it takes to press that kettlebell and to balance strength skills with oomph and those soft movement skills that look easy, but we know they're not. So it was a straight leg first to the front. Maintain the turnout as it goes to the side. Keep the cramp on that standing leg butt cheek as well, and then lead the ankle forward and finish with the toes out front. It's the toes that lead us back, straightening at the knee, and then turning out from the back to the side and onto the front, and finishing in the first position. Now it's a single leg bend on the inside leg. Find the balls of the feet on that foot as if you could rise, and then we're taking the leg to the back, stretching, tondoing or pointing out front, and then one more time, heels connect, time that knee bend, and reach from the back, onto the side to the front, and then hip forward, leg under. Climb, ankle check, knee check, as allowed. Find that demi-point rise, keep the hip extending forward, and breathe, and then return to the ground with control. Awesome work, Miss Lauren.
Sorry, just needed to stick that.
Stick it, love it.
All right, we have one more set of presses tonight, and we are going for the number 3. But remember, your last rep has to look like your first rep. So if that means doing 1 rep is for you, let's do it. But up to 3 presses, last set here. Get ready, first side, inhale to brace, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Bell goes down. That's a lot of reps with a heavy bell. We have 1 more set. 3 on each side. Prepare for liftoff. Inhale. 1, 2. Last rep. 3.
Nice.
Good. Bell goes down. Nice. So that was 12, 14 reps with that heavy bell today. Great work. It's been quite a semester.
It's a lot.
Varying ups and downs.
One more move on this bar here.
One more move on the bar.
Let's work on those attitude holds. So let's just continue to climb to the ankle and then on to the knee. With that knee bend, just hold out front. In this position again, not urgent, but could you find that releve hold by pushing the hip over top of that foot?
So are we going up?
You could if you wanted to. And then back down through that passe gait, and then to the back, same thing. Keep the hip forward, ribs to hips a little, we might project forward, and then just like Lauren is there, you might be able to find that releve hold. And then back down to a flat foot, and then to the side. But what would leg balances be, Lauren, without a straight one out to the side? So hold and point those toes and lift higher like we're in our splits. Find those demi points if you can. Then return to the knee and then back down to that first position. Core holds, leg holds for core strength. Let's do the same thing just once in each position. Bent leg out front and back in the attitude, and a nice straight leg out to the side second. Ankle could be done from here. Let's try to find that knee and unfurl that leg with a subtle knee bend, but we're still maintaining the turnout and the hip forward as if to go up on releve or in fact go up. Then find your passe or knee position and send the hip back. The leg back, my mistake, because the hip is still reaching forward and holding. and then to the passe position. And for the last one, reach it out to the side. Straight legs, ribs over hips and pointed toes, and then back to the knee and back to the ground and shake it out.
Oh. Now we have been finishing these fun classes with a set of push-ups.
Nice.
So what better way than to finish with up to 10 push-ups here after all those heavy presses. If you don't feel like doing push-ups, you can watch, you can do a plank, or you can balance on your toes. Ready? Come on down from your knees, from your toes. Here we go, 10 push-ups. Inhale and up, 1. Keep the breath just like you did your presses here. And halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 20 push-ups.
Awesome.
14 heavy presses.
So take your time coming up there, Lauren. Or let's get snapping right at it and join us on Saturday for our last edition of the weekend workout with Lauren and me on a Saturday morning live at 8 a.m.
The last edition of semester 2. Not
right.
ever. Don't worry.
No, but we do take that week off. So we've been here for the last 8 weeks, live at our respective times for a half-hour session. Next week, we'll still be working out, probably with lighter weights, and we'll come back the following week and hope that you can join us as well.
Thanks for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. Check out our newsletter on our website. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And let's train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.